We're performing Monteverdi's Orfeo, which is considered the first great opera. It's not the very first opera, there were a few before this, but this was composed in 1607 for the court of Mantova in northern Italy. And it is one of the great pieces of musical theater of all of music history. Monteverdi had such an incredible dramatic muse that he was able to look at the text and figure out how to portray the text in music so vividly, so viscerally, that in a way the piece is dramatically presented just by performing the notes on the page. As performers, you add a lot to that to heighten that even more. But I can't think of another piece of musical drama that is so clearly dramatically expressed through the music.
Monteverdi used a lot of his knowledge for expressing a big range of ideas and emotions. And in a piece which is not that long, it covers a great amount of very strong human notions. So it's an ever-changing picture of humanity. It's like Monteverdi put himself totally in his work, but then he managed to disappear, and you forget about him when you listen or you see the piece. You don't think, oh, this is so clever, or this is so well done. You are just taken where he wants to bring you.
Gilbert's idea for this piece is that it's a group of strolling players. So we're trying to make everything look used and worn. So I'm in my little corner with a paintbrush trying to make things look not brand new. And that's something we've never done before. So I think that will give the piece a new look.
The score of Orfeo is very unusual in the fact that it spells out the orchestration to a much larger extent than anything else from the 17th century. And not only does it say that here we have the violins, here we have the cornets and sackbuts, but it goes into details of orchestration of the continuo instruments. That's to say the chitarrones, the harp, the organ, the harpsichord. And it's really the map for all of us for how to use the continuo as a kind of emotional underlining of the play.
I think one of the great joys of working on this piece, and it's for all of us, I think, especially for Paul and Steve, it's a piece that we've really lived with for most of our careers. It's something that we have probably played longer than anyone in the 17th century, since there weren't that many revivals of Orfeo. There were just a couple after it was done. And what's so incredible about the score is that the care and detail, as Steve was saying, of every single moment of the turns of phrase, of the extraordinary harmonies that Monteverdi introduces, makes the richness of the score something that only reveals itself after a lot of living with and looking at. So being able to do it in a revival like the production we're showing is a huge, huge, huge benefit for us.
This music, so early, 1607, it sounds like it has been done for us today. It has this immediate connection with us. I think that's what makes the piece so special. It has a vitality which you don't find that often in opera.